I'm live. Sweet, we're live. Hello, my lovely visionary unicorns. I hope you're all having an amazing day and welcome to the From 9 to 5 to Entrepreneur Vlog. I am your host, Karen Newen, and I am a manifestation mentor and coach, also a belief alchemist and reality shifter. And in today's vlog, I wanted to talk about the biggest mistake I made in my business from a manifestation perspective, from an energetics perspective, and also just from a practical, tangible perspective. And I think a lot of you are going to be very shocked that this is a thing that I've done, because I probably look so put together, but there are times where I have no idea what I'm doing. So the biggest mistake that I made in my business, I actually started to realize this earlier on this year and just earlier on this month, was that I just did not do the work. Okay, so I had been figuring out ways where I could naturally, easily, and effortlessly attract my ideal clients. I had the pre-qualification questions in my questionnaire before I book any calls with anyone. When I have a DM with someone who's interested in getting one-on-one support with me for something that they want to manifest, like manifesting a specific person, manifesting a job, or they want to manifest several goals at once and they want more of a transformational process where they can go from A to Z in their life. I have all of those practical, strategic kind of things in, but the one thing that I did not do was actually the stuff that I invested in. So I invested last year in many different masterminds, and the thing was that these masterminds had calls during the times where I'd be working in my 9 to 5, so I couldn't go to these calls. But thankfully, it also included the recorded, the replays of these calls. And I want to tell you just straight up front that I did not watch all the calls. So I did not get a return on investment from that mastermind because I literally did not really do the work. I watched about 2 or 3 calls, and I think at the time I was also feeling very triggered by my mentor too. And I'm not going to say who it is or what this mastermind is. But I just wanted to put that out there because I started to realize that the thing was that I knew consciously back in January this year that I lacked the energetic stretch to actually shift my identity, shift my mindset, shift my thoughts into the person who was already making a good amount of money, at least 5 figures each month in her business. Because the reason why I invested in these masterminds was so that I could get to 5 figures each month in my business. But when I did, for my first mastermind, I actually manifested 5 figures outside of my business, which was amazing. But because I didn't do the work, because I didn't show up to calls, I had no idea what I was really doing in my business. I was kind of just trying to figure it all out myself. And so therefore, I would actually attract clients who were just like me, trying to figure things out themselves, not convinced, no matter how much talking I do to them, they just weren't a match, or they just didn't want to pay the fee that I had. So I went through a lot of turmoil in the last year and a half in my business because I accepted less. I settled for less and I didn't do the energetic work. And what I mean by that is I'm starting to realize as I do it now, I'm actually going back to those recordings that I didn't watch, and I'm watching them, and thank God that they're still uploaded because tomorrow's not guaranteed that these will still be on Facebook servers, because they're uploaded on Facebook right now. But I am making my way through them, and I realized that I was the person who got in my way of those things. These calls are about 2 to 3 hours long. And the reason why is because there's a whole group container, there's a guest speaker, there's a mentor there. And so everyone's asking their questions and stuff. And so naturally it would take a few hours, which makes so much sense, right? It's not like your standard 9 to 5 meeting where, you got a 30-minute or 1-hour meeting and that's it. It's like a whole group of people asking their questions, getting their answers from the experts, right? The mentors. So, and the coaches. So I realized that if I was like asking myself, like, what can I do to energetically stretch myself? Yes, I can do meditations. Yes, I could journal until I have nothing to journal about. I can say all these affirmations. But what I noticed that was really more effective was actually being around the same energy of where I wanted to be, around people that already embodied this, that already achieved 5 figure months, that already achieved like $1 million in their business, that kind of thing. And I needed to be around that. And you know what? I had been pulled in different directions to invest in other people, but I've actually been holding back off on investing on that because the thing is, I haven't invested my time and energy on the calls that I've already invested money in. So that's what I realized was my, not my block, but I was realizing that's what I need to hold on to and start grabbing and digging into and focusing on. That's what I need to focus on. That's the right word. To actually move further in my business. And I am seeing the difference now as I'm watching these replays. Like I can feel the energy. I'm learning so much from these amazing people who are like creating 5 and 6 figures in their business like every single month. I just learned about blue ocean strategy marketing, which is really, really cool. Blue ocean strategy marketing is like when you tap into a market that no one really knows about that is ready to buy your product or your service. It's amazing. And then there's red ocean, and red ocean is kind of like the fight or flight Shark Tank kind of way where it's like you try to jump into an environment and sell to an environment where tons of people are competing with you, and so it's kind of like bloody and stuff like that because everyone's just gonna like out compete the other person, right? But you don't want that. You like the blue ocean, you like the clear ocean water, you like the cool dolphins in there. Not saying that sharks are not cool either. Like you like the friendly sharks. They can be in the blue ocean, right? And you're in the blue ocean and you're just tapping into a market that is ready to buy what you have because they already need what it is that you have to offer. And the way they think is very different than the like red ocean people, right? The blue ocean people are like, hey, I have a problem. And then you tap into the blue ocean people or market, and um, you have the solution for their problem. So they don't have to do too much digging or whatever. If they hear it from you, they're like, I'm in, right? They hear the price, they can pay it, and they're in. That is the kind of clients. That's the kind of clients that I would like to attract, are the ones who are just like all in. They see my posts, they see my content, they see me, they feel my energy, and they're like, you know what? I don't care how much it costs, I'm in, right? And they're able to pay in full, or they're able to pay the payment plans in full. I just love that, right? That's exactly what I want, and I'm I'm calling that in. Like I love that. I love those clients. I love those kind of clients. Um, and you know what? Like I realized, like also as a manifestation coach, this is something that I would actually advise my own clients to do too. It's like, make sure you're doing the work, make sure you're actually embodying the energy of who you want to be when you already have your desires. So for example, like I have a client who she wants to move out of her house, right? And we want to do this in the best possible, most pleasurable and fun way for her, not in like a way that like involves pain and pressure and that kind of thing, right? Although that can help, I do believe that you get to a better place when you do things with associated with pleasure and fun. And so we're working on moving her to her dream home because she's going to be in her dream home. We just need to get her there. We just need to have her dream home kind of come here, and she comes here, and they meet. Right? It's kind of like a date. And I'm working with her on ways where we can really like get her into that energy, right? And so I'm telling her to like go and fill up her shopping carts online with different things that she wants to buy for her house, so that she can start actually embodying that person who already has that house, right? Already has those things in her house, because doesn't actually have them physically in the 3D where she is right now in her current house, right? Otherwise, she probably would want to stay there, right? It's more than that. But when you start to just like actually look at these things, you start to feel like it's more real, and because you feel like it's more real, that's when the thing you want to manifest will come to you. So that's what it was like for me, right? Because I did not actually see that it was real, I could not believe it. Okay. And a lot of us are like this. A lot of us can't believe that, entrepreneurship will work out or taking late from your 9 to 5 will work out because you literally cannot see that reality. You can't see it. And the only way you can see that reality is either you hear it from someone you trust, maybe, or you see it in front of you where it's like there's like a success story or something like that. And that's my mission. Like, that is my mission, is to become that success story and show people that it is possible to take a leap from their 9 to 5s, their boring day jobs or traditional jobs or whatever it is, and leap into something that they really love doing. And I am living proof of that. Like, I have made money in my business. I've made more money in my coaching business than I did with my freelance video editing business, because I had a freelance video editing business like 7, 8 years ago. It was a flop. It didn't really work out well, but I've learned so much since then about business and about people and people psychology, buying psychology, that kind of thing. Also about manifestation for business as well. And I love talking about manifestation for business. It's actually something that I've been wanting to do since I was a business coach before for my 9 to 5. And I'm incorporating that in my business as well, because that's actually what my signature program, Magnetic and Authentic, already has in it. It's like 2 business or career strategy sessions, because I was also a career transition mentor and coach as well before I went full time onto manifestation mentoring. So I love it. I love it. I love all things business, career, and life, and like relationships and stuff. So those are my specialties. But yeah, I realized that I need to get into this energy. I need to be around people who have this energy, and and I've been getting this message lately, and it's funny because it's like August 3rd, and August 3rd in the Daily Stoic book by Ryan Holiday talks about how you don't need to go out there and get more resources. You already have the resource in front of you. So a lot of us often think that, oh my God, we have to get out there, get more resources, blah, blah, blah. But we are so blind. Like, we just are not aware that we already have the resources in front of us. And that's where my investment in those replays and those recordings and that mastermind came in, was that I have these recordings. So I don't need to hire like another business coach or business advisor or jump into another group container or anything like that. I already have some stuff. I actually have, like, I think about 20 more recordings to go through, which I hope to get through by the end of this month. And I'm really starting to feel like the energetic shifts and the benefits from just watching these replays, because I'm learning not only from the guest speaker and the mentor, but I'm learning from all the people who also invested in the mastermind. Some of them were beginner level business owners, or where I'm at right now, and some of them are like business owners who have already also achieved the 5, 6, 7 figure kind of businesses. So there's so much wisdom going around. I'm so honored and so grateful to be in this container, like times 2, like a second chance kind of thing. I had a lot of like second chance moments in my life. Like when I went to a new college, I realized it was a second chance for me to do high school kind of like all over again, because it felt like that. And the doing it the second chance time, it just feels so empowering. It feels so embodying. It feels amazing. So that was my biggest mistake. My biggest mistake was not showing up and doing the work, but my biggest mistake was not showing up and like actually watching these calls, right? Going in and doing the work before creating all the biases and excuses that my ego was making, right? And I had a lot, right? I still had a lot for like the last mastermind that I had, which I actually don't have access to anymore. And it's funny because I was literally just talking about it with a bunch of friends, how, when you pay for a course, like a lot of us would really appreciate it for it to be available for a lifetime instead of like having to extend it. But I can see why they don't have it for a lifetime. Is because they're constantly updating these courses. That's the thing, right? They're constantly updating these courses. And it's not just the same course. Like, if it's just the same course, I totally get the lifetime access. Like, I would totally like that. But if it's a course that's continuously updated throughout the years, like every single week and stuff like that, then it makes sense. Like, you don't need to provide a lifetime access for that, right? Like, just make it very exclusive to the people who are paying into it right now. And it helps to encourage people to finish the course and go through it faster, right? And that kind of thing. Thankfully, I do have some PDFs that I downloaded from that course, so I can always go back to those PDFs, but the videos and everything, they're gone. Like, I don't have them anymore, but that's okay. Um, you know, it'll be nice for me to make some more money and then be able to invest in it again and get an extension. So I can always do that. Anyways, so yeah, I just wanted to share that mistake with you because I know that some of you like have already taken the leap from your 9 to 5 into entrepreneurship, and you're just like, why isn't this working? And sometimes you have to be really real with yourself and be like, have I actually done the research? Have I actually gone and talked to people who are entrepreneurs who are actually already doing what I'm doing? Like, the biggest mistake that a lot of us will make when we first start out in our business is that we keep talking to people who are just like us. You don't want to do that. It's okay to talk to these people, it's okay to be friends with them, but I think you want to surround yourself with 80% of people who are already where you're at, because that was also my other mistake, right? So we're talking about multiple mistakes in this vlog here, but that was my other mistake. Back in 2020, when I was doing just pro bono stuff for the business, I haven't even registered the business yet. I was talking to people who, they looked like big name shits. They looked like big name coaches and everything. And then as I started to talk to them more and more and more, I found out that they were not taking a penny for their coaching. I found out that they weren't even making any money. I found out that they were charging really low rates. And, it's really hard to hear that. It's super hard to hear that when you see these coaches do that, because then that makes you kind of wonder, like, oh my God, will I be able to do this? Right? If you don't see these people succeeding, you might be like, oh my God, will I be able to do this? And that's where the belief in yourself and belief in your business that it will work out comes into play, because if you don't believe in yourself, no one else will, right? And I believe in myself like so much that that's why I keep on doing this, right? In my last vlog, I said I was giving up, and I ended off the vlog on a really good note, because I was like, I remembered my why, right? I remembered that for myself, like, I really would love the location freedom, the time freedom, energetic freedom, and I want the financial abundance and the financial freedom. And financial freedom to me, right? You really need to define these terms that you want for yourself, but financial freedom to me is being able to have investments, being able to have a large savings, being able to have so much money, I don't know what to do with it, right? And also being able to just travel all over the world, being able to just pay as much money as I want or need to for whatever I want to buy, right? I want to have that much money. And that's why my goal was 6 figures, because I was like, if I had 6 figures, I think that would be a lot of money, but maybe it's not. I don't know. Haven't gotten there yet, but I have gotten 5 figures yet, right? And I was like, you know what? After having 5 figures, I was like, that's actually not enough money. So that's why I'm going bigger, right? And I'm energetically like working on pulling myself energetically and elevating myself and rising my energy and raising my vibration. I don't really like to say that, but rising my energy, right? Raising my energy, so that I can really get to where I want to be. And as I'm saying this, like, I can actually feel my vibration raising. The reason why is because my eyesight actually gets kind of like really sensitive at nighttime, but also when I'm really intuitive. And it also happens during the full moons and like new moons and stuff like that. So this is actually a really good thing. And it means that I'm actually energetically like rising, elevating, stretching myself, and embodying the person that I would be if I already had the 6 figure months or 6 figure years or whatever it is, right? So that's the biggest mistake that I made in my business, is not being around the people that are energetically where I want to be, and also not doing the work. So I hope this vlog was insightful and helpful to any of you who are like, WTF, what am I doing around my business kind of thing. This might be your culprit. You definitely need to own the work and do things. You can't just meditate all the time and expect for things to happen. You got to be willing to receive it too. So let me know in the comments if this resonated with you and if you want me to vlog more on this kind of topic of like being around in the same kind of energies, I'll definitely take a look at doing that. But other than that, I hope you all have an amazing day, and thanks for watching and for listening. And if you like this, don't forget to hit the subscribe button below, give me a thumbs up, and leave a comment, and I'll see you next time. Bye.